Welcome, welcome, everyone. It's Reflections with VAL, y'all. And we outdoors by myself. I decided to switch things up a bit. It's been a crazy week. Mother Nature was kicking Jersey and New York's asses. So I just wanted to come outdoors because we didn't even get a chance to do that. Yesterday, we had a little storm, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of threw all of us off. So I just wanted to, come outdoors and give you guys something different, you know? Because I feel like I'm always in Jersey media, and there's nothing wrong with that, shout out to Joe for that, but I just wanted to give you guys a little something different. I feel like we're always here, you're always there, So, welcome back, and yes, I want to apologize because this week's episode was a little late. I've been going through, personal life situations and just constantly moving around. To be honest, I'm not even going to say that. I was a little lazy. I'm not going to lie. I was a little lazy, I've been doing this podcast game for 2 years straight, week to week, dropping a new episode, and I just had to take a breather real quick, and I want to thank every single guest that's come on the show, every single person that's shown love, from Cali, from Florida, from New Orleans. I hear ya, from Canada, from everywhere. It's just outpour, amazing support. And as my shirt says, I don't know if you guys can see it because it's underneath my laptop right here. It says grateful, because I'm grateful for y'all. I'm grateful for life, and that's something that I always talk about. Gratitude is a key to happiness. It's a key to figuring out what we appreciate in our present moment instead of focusing on what's missing, I feel like we all focus on what's missing, and it's very important to focus on what you do have and what you do value. And you come to appreciate that way more, But yes, guys, as I stated, I'm outdoors in this park. Let me put my laptop down so I can get a little comfortable. And this week, I just wanted to talk a lot what's going on in society and what's going on in the world with music, because there's a lot going on in music right now. So I just wanted to bring that to our attention this episode, and it's just me displaying a lot of artists from Chicago, Instagram artists that I've just basically just touched down to, that are underground, local, independent artists that don't have a label, and they're out here doing their thing on a weekly basis. And I think it's important that we support all of these entrepreneurs, all of these go-getters, self-starters, whether it is a business storefront, whether you are a personal trainer, or whether you started your side business on your side hustle, your business on the side while you're working a 9 to 5 and you're working 40 hours a week. It's very important to know the effort that we all put in to making our 9 to 5s work. So I want to go ahead and give you guys a little applause for that, if I could find my applause button, because lately my buttons have been acting all the way up. Like, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. There you go. So yeah. And as I promote in this podcast every week, you guys already know, I want to thank you for listening in. Whether you tuned in on the way to work, when you went to jog, when you went to ride a bike, maybe you're dropping off your kids to school. Regardless of what you're doing right now, I want you to stop what you are doing. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. And then just exhale. And in that moment, just be kind to yourself and say, I'm grateful for what I did this week. Whether it was go to the doctors because that was something new and you don't believe in doctors, or whether it was self-care on an emotional level, I want you to acknowledge that little small step that you did this week, because that's what this whole podcast is about: self-reflection, self-awareness. And I want to talk on this topic that one of my favorite holistic psychologists, you guys know I bring her up, had talked about, and I'm going to go right into my music segment, because we want to practice daily self-awareness, because if we don't, what happens? We are ran by our day in, day out desires, and we're ran by our emotions and our impulses, and a lot of us in that state don't see what's wrong with that, and that's because we're doing what our routine has been for the last 5 years. But self-reflection helps you realize, like, I picked up this habit when I was 14 and it helped me and it protected me. But as I am now 27, it is holding me back from my opportunities that I could potentially hit in my aspiring careers. So now we really have to be real and face that. What used to help us now is hindering us. And how are we able to even recognize that without daily or weekly reflection? It's just very important to practice that. And I love how this holistic psychologist, Dr. Nicole, she always promotes that on her page and gives you roadmaps to try to understand the core and root problems that we all try to just run away from, or I don't know, let our ego cover up, our pride, and just stride through it because that's how we were taught in our neighborhood. But she really breaks it down to a point that we all understand. Like, oh snap, that's what my dad and my mom did to me. Wow, that's what this did to me when I was bullied. That's what this molestation did to me when I was 13. That's what this rape situation did to me. And we can go even deeper, but a lot of us are afraid to go deeper. Why? Because we're not ready to let our protection, our shield go. We had a shield that we picked up to protect us from that, and without knowing, we are hindering ourselves. So that's why I talk a lot, and I have huge passion on this because, it is just very needed, you know? So let's go into this important topic. She has this topic called Signs Your Ego is Controlling Your Relationship. That's a bold statement. Have all of us in relationships, if we haven't cleared our own issues without them even coming through to us, guess what? We're spoiling all of those issues over to our relationship. Our separation anxiety, our daddy issues, our mommy issues, our addictions through our family. Like, if you had not held that and handled that before they came into the door, guarantee you it's coming in your house when y'all live together. Guarantee one of you guys, whoever is the head or whatever, is coming in your house. You know what I'm saying? So, signs that your ego are controlling your relationship. When your partner shares how they're feeling and you respond by focusing on how that made you feel rather than actively listening. Totally agree. That's number one. So I'm going to repeat that again. When your partner shares how they're feeling and you respond by focusing on how that made you feel rather than actively listening. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a big ego or conception or this image of my ego running me. And it's like, I understand that because when I'm angry, I don't listen to understand. I listen to reply. And that's what the ego state does when your partner is trying to voice how they feel. And when you get defensive, you don't listen to their emotions. That all goes out the door. You know what you do? You make it about yourself because that's what you're used to. That's what your ego does. It's like, oh, well, how do you think that made me feel the other day when you did this? But that's not what she's talking about. So an example of that is like the other day, you went out with your homegirls and you didn't fail to tell me the time that you decided to come home. You came home like at 2 a.m. without telling me, something like that, right? And then as you're telling that to your partner, she's like, well, what about what you did the other day? You didn't wash the dishes and I keep telling you to wash the dishes. That has nothing to do with how this situation right now is making your significant other feel, which is the fact that you failed to communicate the time you were supposed to be home. And he would appreciate that, right? And vice versa, women out there. Second one is, in disagreements, you're focused on being right rather than being curious and open. One thing I did realize on arguments, period, is, and debates, stop focusing on my point is right and you need to listen to it. When you do that, you block everything that the other person is spitting at you. It could be a valid example or a valid rebuttal, but because we're so already caught up in our response and our ego responding already, we already blocked that out and we're still voicing our point because we want to be right. And this is right. Stop focusing on I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. Like it doesn't matter. When we take that factor out on who's right, who's wrong, and we're just having an open and conscious conversation, it becomes about, let me try to understand you. Let me try to understand how you feel instead of trying to assume how you feel or assume on how you're approaching me. There's a difference there. It's very important. It's getting a little dark, you know what I'm saying? 3, you expect your partner to just know what you need or to just read your mind. Women and men are both guilty. Women voice a lot. We over communicate how our feelings are. And then men, because society has this view and this stereotype of men being emotionless and strong and being these providers for their homes, it's just very hard for men to open up emotionally, naturally sometimes, honestly, because they have to provide for you. They have to be your shelter. So men expect women to be mind readers. I'm going to be 100. I feel like they really do expect us to be mind readers. Or when we try to humble ourselves down the woman humbles herself down instead of having her ego up to try to beat it out of him, the emotion out of him, she like plants little Scooby snacks for him to pick up, signs of, okay, this is too tender for him, so let me just let me make him believe that he was the one who brought it up when I already knew, where I just had to plant the word or the sentence or the scenario, or I had to bring his mom to try to help him understand what I was trying to say, because if I said it, it was not going to get through. And sometimes we do have to do that with men, you know? But damn, like just communicate with each other. Be 100% honest with each other and have no qualms, no fear of, I don't know how they're going to react. And if you do have that, then you're probably not too far along into a relationship. But when you already in a relationship, you passed the honeymoon phase, you know what I'm saying? You guys already know each other. That all needs to go bye-byes, because honestly, why are you guys in a relationship if you are now cautious? Like, you should not be cautious with your man or your woman. You should definitely be free, open, and be like, I don't care if you like it or not, because you still with it, you know? So, yeah, I'm going to have to agree on that. You don't expect your partner to read your mind. Really communicate how you feel. If you feel unheard or you feel like you're not being compromised enough, you have every right to voice that. If you're afraid to voice it, I'm going to be real with you, you are facing a narcissist, because a narcissist would be the only reason why somebody will be fearful in voicing how they truly feel about a scenario or how they're being treated by them and how they don't feel, valued in their relationship. Someone is controlling something, and you shouldn't be afraid. That's manipulation, So run away from a narcissist if that's what it is, but you should never be afraid. It should be a two-way street, and you guys should be absolutely flowing freely in how you feel. or how a scenario or a situation made you feel. 4, if your partner disagrees with you or has a different perspective, you feel personally offended. Yeah. Just because someone disagrees with the point of view that you have in your relationship, no matter what kind of relationship it is, it doesn't have to mean, you don't have to get personal. You don't have to take it personal. You don't have to take it personal. You can be like, you know what? Agree to disagree. We don't have to discuss further in that topic. And I did that this week actually with someone. He was trying to tell me a position in volleyball. Randy, shut up. He's gonna kill me for saying this right now on the show, but yeah, like I was playing volleyball and I was telling him the different positions to like aim for the ball, and he was just like, nah, this is not called setting. That's the position of the setter is the one who sets, and this right here is a pass, and the bump was a pass. And I was like, why are we still talking about this? Because at this point, I don't care if you're right or wrong. I just want you to understand that this pass is called a set. And I know that there's a position in volleyball called a setter, but we're talking about the passes, right? You're saying that this is a pass, and I'm saying that this is a set. Because in volleyball, you set, bump, and spike. So I don't know, like it was just weird, and I just honestly felt uncomfortable, and I just dropped it. I was like, I don't need to prove anything to you. You don't need to prove anything to me. I don't understand why we're still talking on this debate. Like, do you want to be right? I mean, I don't care I don't care who's right or wrong. So, you know, and that's personally not feeling offended. It's just, let's move on to something else. So maybe sometimes it's not your like your partner can disagree with you on how you feel. Your partner could definitely express that, and you don't have to be offended. You could just try to understand. Even if you're offended, still try to understand in the offense. That's a step instead of just instantly disregarding them, honestly, and moving away and ignoring them. Next is, there is a difference within power dynamics and underlying foundation of control between you. Yeah, that's true. That's where I come into who wears the pants into the relationship. Is it the woman, the man? How are they using that power dynamic? Are they always, when you're voicing something, are they listening, hearing you out, and helping you be concerned and saying, you're right, hun, I shouldn't have done that, but do you understand how I feel? And when you do that, instead of saying, nah, but you did this and you want me to do this, I'm not going to do that. You see, that sounds like pride and ego all the way, instead of trying to understand your partner. So there needs to be a balance. You find yourself seeking attention outside the relationship whenever your partner doesn't meet expectations. Oh, this one right here is what every single generation, Gen Z, millennials do. Honestly, it's something that we all need to work on. Like, you find yourself seeking attention outside of when people, and sometimes people that are in relationships, that are in healthy relationships, that don't get what they want, they start looking. Because the expectations of what my pleasure is or what I desire in our relationship is now fading, and now I feel like I got to go elsewhere to find it. That's dangerous. You could do stuff, you could be into things, and you could end up in places that you would regret. You could also lose the love of your life that way. So you got to be very careful in who you decide to bump, grind, whatever. And if you value that person really, really well, you wouldn't do it. But it's easier said than done. And the same thing when someone is used to toxic traits in a woman or man, or toxic tendencies in a relationship, they get bored. Like, I've literally heard that. One of my boys has been in toxic relationships his whole time, and he finally got a good one by his side, a healthy woman who loves him, who nurtures him, who's a queen, who is top notch. He cannot complain, but he was bored. He was like, damn, like, I want her to, like, have an argument with me one day, and then the next day just, like, fuck the shit out of me. And it's like, yo, maybe she doesn't want to argue. There's nothing to argue about, right? Like, y'all are good, so why are you forcing that on her? Like, just because you were in relationships that were toxic and that was fun to you doesn't mean that that's her experience, and now she has to change for that. Like, nah. And then you over here looking elsewhere because you don't got that toxicity in that nurturing, healthy relationship. You gotta address your demons at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you like toxicity? And maybe you should have settled with someone that was toxic, that would fight with you one day and then the next day be like, oh, let's fuck. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that was your one, but you missed that opportunity. But nobody has the time to be dealing with all that. And then you want to look outside of the relationship because it's not toxic enough for you, because being healthy can be boring. Being healthy is fun. You can both go to trips together, surprise each other randomly on days, go to each other on dates, and just literally just have sex almost anywhere and everywhere in a healthy relationship and not fight. And then play fight later. I don't know. Just try to balance it out if you're getting bored. 7, a part of you knows the relationship has ended its course and you're no longer interested, but you don't want to see them with someone else. Ooh, we're calling machismos out. We're calling them out. Machismo men do this a lot. And I don't know why. Like, you're not interested in the relationship. You don't treat them well. You're just lingering a dead horse around. And you really just don't want to let it go because you don't want to see that person with someone else. You sound very selfish and very egotistical, honestly. Like, who gave you the right? Who gave you the right? Like, I haven't done that, but people have done that to me. So I feel the person that has been the one that's been caged in a box or put in a private little thing. I don't know. Like, it was just weird. It was just very weird. Let me just pause this real quick. Says you become defensive and avoid uncomfortable conversations, but feel resentment when changes don't happen. I feel attacked. It says you become defensive and avoid uncomfortable conversations, but feel resentment when changes don't happen. Yeah, I feel attacked. That's a me bar right there. I don't know what to tell you guys to improve on that, because that's also something I'm also improving on. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've overcame that. I'm going to be real with y'all. I do that. I do. I don't avoid uncomfortable conversations. It's just to avoid uncomfortable conversations, I instantly put my defense up. I do that with my family. I do that with my everyone. Like, that was my shield. That was my shield since since I was brought up in Patterson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my defense mechanism, because everybody picked at me or came up to me, random strangers, and that was just instantly my defense mechanism, my shield, my protection. It was like, get defensive, get riled up, get aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have this conversation with you. Get away. And then I start mentioning things that were from the past, and it's just, honestly, I'm trying to work on it because it can be toxic, and I don't want to have this take over my whole life. And a lot of us have traits that we need to be aware of, that we don't want it to allow to take over our whole life. That when you get to 50 years old and no one's around, that's the moment you realize it. Like, nah, like, I don't want to get to that state. So I'm doing absolutely everything I need to do to not be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not getting there. We're not going to that. So, yeah, I'm just being aware of it, being very acknowledged that this is an issue, instead of in the past where I would just be like, nah, this is who I am. Nah, like, it's something I'm working on, and I'm trying to get better, and I have to look at the small steps, but also projecting my personal life issues onto others, that's something that I'm also working on. Like, I project my emotions a lot. Like, no one has anything to do with what's going on in my life or my stress. But I somehow be like, if someone comes next to me and then, like, they say something I don't like, I'm going to be vocal about it. I'm going to be like, I don't like it. It's like, relax. The energy can come off as too much or aggressive, as they say. And that's the typical Leo stigmatism and like, I don't know, characteristic plaque, aggressiveness, too much energy, and too vocal, and that's exactly who I am, and I'm not gonna change it for no one. So I guess we're gonna have to let me stop. I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna improve it and it's gonna get better, but I'm not going to have it run my life any longer, because it used to, but now I have power over it. And that's what I want people to start enhancing and practicing on their daily reflection hour. It's like, I don't have to play oblivious to this anymore. Like, this thing that I picked up at 5 years old, 10, 12, served me then, as I stated, but doesn't serve me anymore. How can I let it go? How can I let 20 years of habit and routine go? That's hard. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be. But we can do it. We won't be able to do it if we choose to be ignorant and walk away from it, though. So there's a balance that we got to do now. You know? But yeah, I'm going to go on to my music therapy segment. And we're going to get even deeper in how music can heal those wounds from our past, present, or future. Really. Whatever we're feeling, music could add positivity to get you out of the negative emotions, or can sink you in a deeper hole to feel those dark and negative emotions. So that's what this whole entire podcast is all about. So yes, welcome to my music therapy segment. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys my favorite regular. I've been playing this guy. He's a regular at the show already at this point, because he has a competition with himself right now. He's not even competing with anyone else in the game. Not Drake, not Kendrick. He is his own being, entity, artist, whatever. This brother is focused. He is a father. He is from Chicago. The nickname I have for him and made up for him is the GOAT of Chicago, because brother is coming out with 52 songs in 52 weeks. He is on a mission. He got a child. He has a wife. 52 songs, 52 weeks, bro. I got to respect. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and play him. He has a song out now. It is song Altercation or Altercation. Altercation 29. Altercation or Altercation. I don't even know. 29. And it's called Diary of a Fuckboy Part 2. This is going to hit home for me, y'all, because I have a weakness of settling down for men who are fuckboys, unfortunately. Here it goes.
Yeah. Baba just keep on texting and I could tell that she's vexed and I ain't hit her back since I hit it from the back. Even though I could fulfill everything that she lacked, I chose not to keep it real. Real players know how to act. Fuck boy on the attack. Break a bitch back just to never hit her back. Keep her on a rope and then I never give her slack. Telling her I love her as I'm humping her above her. Nigga, I'm a Mac. I'm the apple in her eye. Bitch, I'm dapper and I'm fly. Flake you in the jiffy and I'll never tell you why. Never had a problem getting women, but the problem is I've always been a problem to the women that I'm swimming in. Really, I should be praising the feminine, but I'm a toxic masculine, frontin' as a gentleman, just to keep it kosher. Learned it from the culture, pussy vulture, just to get in closer, telling her lies as I stroke her. Me and Barbara were destined to take it farther, but I ain't wanna be bothered, so I made her life harder. I played the game the way I'm supposed to play the game. I'm harder. If Barbara would've been smarter, she'd have got it from her father. Yeah, I laid the thing down, laid my game down. We went from calling each other first names to nicknames now. Then I slid up in it raw, and now the shit changed now. She thinks this dick belonged to her, and Barbara insane now. So I had to duck her, wouldn't call her, refused to fuck her. Had a lot in common. Resurrection, I used to love her, but I couldn't let it happen. Homie, I'm forever macking. Shorty caught up in her feelings while I'm chilling and relaxing. Diary of a fuck boy. Yeah. Cause at the end of the day, niggas just want a bad bitch. You know what I mean? Every chick in between is just practice. It is what it is. For part 3, to be continued.
Hey, how you gonna end the song like that? He said part 3 to be continued. You know what I'm saying? You better subscribe. You better stop sleeping on my buhebra. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the next one, I truly do not know where he's from. However, I found him on my IG feed, and I had to reshare him. And I don't know why I'm talking in a British accent, but I wanted to. But no, definitely his name is Bill C. Dadon, like literally Dadon. And this song is called Love Again. And you guys already know, whoever I choose to come on to feature their songs on my show is because I took the time to listen to you. I respect your artistry. You fit my vibes because I'm a singer. I'm going to be coming out with originals very soon. Thank you very much. But yes, Bill C. John called Love Again. Hope you guys enjoy.
She afraid to fall in love again because it hurts so bad. And every time she let somebody in, she say the hurt come back. Don't be afraid to love somebody. It's okay to love somebody. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause my love is here to stay. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause I'm here now, and I'ma show you what love is all about. She don't wanna fall in love again. She afraid it won't last. She said she don't ever want a man. That's a thing of the past. Cause all of the makeups and breakups she did it. All of the years she can't get back. All of the feelings she hid it. So she afraid to fall in love. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause my love is here to stay. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause I'm here now, and I'ma show you what love is all about. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. Show you what it's all about. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause my love is here to stay. Baby, it's okay to be afraid. I'ma wipe the fears away. You can go and let your guards down, cause I'm here now, and I'ma show you what love is all about.
I'm about to show you what the love about. I'm sorry, I've been singing throughout this whole song because honestly, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. So yeah, just follow Bill C. Dadon. I'm going to also have this all underneath my video, so you guys could definitely support, subscribe, follow, and stream on for these artists. Thank you. Next up. Ooh, I'm so excited for this. Ooh, I'm getting excited. I don't know where he's from.
It's 8 o'clock.
Excuse me. I don't know where he's from. He's definitely not from Jersey. He's an artist, independent, out there, or probably signed to a label because brother has 234K subscribers on YouTube. He's on Apple, Spotify, all of that jazz. His name is Stan Taylor. And it's crazy because 2 weeks ago, I had a guest named Stan on my show. And I hope you guys supported him too, because he is an amazing mindfulness coach. Very intentional with all of this content that he posts. And I love that. So this guy, though, is a singer. And I'm going to share Loving You Is a Problem by Stan Taylor. Really great listen. Let's check it out.
Ooh, such a long road when I know that I go forever with you. And from the moment you smile, baby, oh, I know that you're gonna make me go insane. I'm obsessed with how you just don't care. Confident and sexy, it's not fair. Make it so my heart is controlling my mind. You make me do these things, keeps me up all night. Loving you is a problem, oh baby, but I'm feeling like it's out of my hands. Loving you is a problem, oh baby, girl, I'm making myself crazy, chasing after you. But now I know that won't go well.
Oh, he said, I'm going to give y'all a sample.
You got your own rules, and if you don't mind, baby, I'd love to ride alongside.
Wow. He literally just gave us a snippet and said, listen to the rest of it on Spotify. You know what? I'm not even mad. I like that. I see you, hustle. But I did want to listen to the whole song. He gave us a minute and 25 seconds. I respect it. So yeah, if you guys want to listen to the whole song, you know what? I'm gonna just get it and then skip through a minute and 25 seconds. Yep.
You got your own rules, and if you don't mind, baby, I'd love to ride alongside. I'm obsessed with how you just don't care. Confident and sexy, it's not fair. Make it so my heart is controlling my mind. You make me do these things, keeps me up all night. Loving you is a problem, oh baby, but I'm feeling like it's out of my hands. Loving you is a problem, oh baby, girl, I'm making myself crazy, chasing after you. Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me going Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me going crazy. Girl, you got me
Crazy. Okay, it's done. I'm sorry, I gotta pull myself back sometimes because the instrumentals and these Stan Taylor, Loving You Is a Problem. And yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? Follow him, subscribe. Next up, we got, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I know that she goes out with a fellow artist and creative who won NPR's Tiny Music Desk competition. Shout out to Frequence. All right, no, but she's Frequence babe, and Frequence is an artist from Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. Okay, and Jersey City, and also New York. She is really great, so follow Frequency. But this is her bae. This is her everything. This is her wifey. This is wifey. And she has this song that she came out with in April 18th of this year called Sorry If I Get Awkward. And I just skipped a little bit through the intro, and I just wanted to just show you guys what Frequency's bae is all about. Her name on IG is Bymads, which is BYMADDZ, and then her IG says, "Hey, Bymads," which is BYMADDZ. So check her out, stream, subscribe, and here is her song called "Sorry If I Get Awkward."
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hey,
y'all, can I get a polo?
Please. No, I would like you to
Her first, it's okay.
Please quench your thirst. Hi. Thank you. Hi.
Okay.
I like your.
How you doing?
I like your hair.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
Body like Madonna, your love give me nirvana, hotter than the summer days. You're making me nervous. Do you do this shit on purpose? I can no longer feel my face, losing the right words to say.
Baby, I can't hide it. Around the things I keep on thinking about you.
Sorry if I get awkward. Sorry about that. Sorry if I get awkward. Yeah. Sorry if I get awkward around you. Sorry if I get awkward around you. Sorry if I get awkward around you. Sorry if I get awkward.
Baby, I'm nervous, I'm no good at flirting. I like you, I'm awkward. I wanna take a chance with you, but I'm too shy. I wanna look you in the eyes, but I turn away from your side. I'm so in love, I just want to be by your side.
It's crazy, you take my breath away, baby, just take a chance with me. I'm awkward, all my words, my poems are just so heavenly, and I wrote them all for you, and I'm always thinking of you, and I know these feelings are true, cause my heart just starts to move, start beating me, start leaving, hate it that you won't see me, believe me, baby, believe me, my universe just like see me, don't hurt me, I just want you to turn around and notice me, I wrote all these songs, fuck, I'm nervous. Sorry if I get awkward. Sorry if I get awkward. Sorry if I get awkward around you. Sorry if I get awkward around you.
Definitely respect the team effort that it took to get all of this done. I see there's a film crew. I see there's a skit. I'm loving this whole vibe. You recorded in a diner. This is dedication, y'all. This is blood, sweat, and tears into what we're passionate about. This is not for the limelight. This is not for the image. This is not for the tension. This is the real, you know? And I love seeing it. I absolutely love seeing it and celebrating it. Now, when the wrong intentions are behind it, it's questionable. I wouldn't put my name behind it. You know what I'm saying? But definitely check her out. It's a full video. It was shot in Cali, so definitely support them. They're Jersey artists as well as New York. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for today, honestly. Thank you guys. It literally got dark throughout the video. So you guys started with me in the daytime in the bench at the park, and now it's complete darkness. So I'm sorry if you can't see me in the video, but I appreciate you guys for staying in on the stream. But yes, whether you're walking, whether it's late at night and you kind of read books to get you by, and you kind of play this podcast to give you some tranquility, some peace, or maybe you play it throughout midday, honestly. Regardless, I want to thank you guys for choosing me, for choosing Reflections. It's been up for about 2 years. In February will be 2 years, and I am grateful and utterly just amazed at all of you guys who have shared your stories, who have said that certain episodes have been impactful, that taken some keys, points, and applied it at home, because that's what it's all about. It's not about the attention. It's not about anything but how emotionally music can impact you and words can impact you. I'm tired of us avoiding emotional conversations. Let's hone in on the facts and let's have them straight up. I'm so excited because I'm going to have more guests coming on, and you guys are going to see who they are. Very influential people who are determined and are intentful with their work. I just want to put that out there. And that's exactly why I choose them to come on. So thank you guys for coming on. I'll see you guys another week. And as of course, you guys know, check me out on Reflections with Val on Instagram and YouTube, as well as Sophily_Val on Instagram. And yeah, just make sure to support and follow. Bye.